stand yourself to do that. You know, I've told the story many times how people just kind of just fall off the wagon, and it happens. And if you do that, that's not wrong, right? I said there's nothing wrong about this practice in your life. It's just about continuing the practice. And so in a whole foods lifestyle, the concept is to not really look at it as a diet or that you do it forever or this thing. Like everybody puts this negative spin on eating healthy for some reason, right? It's just distorted thought processes about eating habits and where we've come from with our habits and what we've been taught. But this way of eating is like, okay, well, you know what? I just did this for 12 weeks and I know that I've slipped a little, but you know what? There's a lot of good things that I'm going to keep going because I know that I feel better like this. And then also resetting, right? So that's what this was. This was a hormone reset and continuing to do this. And Beth and I, like, this is probably my, I don't even know now, maybe 6, 7 time that I've done this. It's at least yeah, for me, it's quite. I think I'm on you like 2 or 3 times, but then you jumped right in and you were.
I think. See, before that, I did. What did I do? I did the whole 30 a couple times.
Which is the same same concept.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In fact, everything I teach is really based on that concept because it is the most realistic and holistic way of living. Because it's a practice and you are going to eat foods and you are going to enjoy life. And so it's really just about knowing better and doing better and then jumping back on. And especially women who are dealing with hormone issues or weight loss resistance or just weight in general or trying to maintain a good weight, right? Because for a lot of us, a lot of the time is we do these cycles, right? It's yo-yo dieting. So we jump on this program and we're doing really well, but we call it a diet and we think of it as a diet. We think that there's a finish line, you know, there's a starting line and a finish line. And that's the concept that doesn't work because then there's a starting line and a finish line. And after the finish line, you stop. And then you stop for how long? Like you stop, right? And then before you know it, a year's gone by, 6 months gone by, you've put on 10 pounds, you've put on 20 pounds, you're eating Joe Louis cakes, you know, you're sneaking food out of the fridge at midnight and, you know, right? And we're just falling right back into the same things, which is not wrong. But as long as you have a plan for your practice, you're like, okay, you know, it's time. You know, you can have those realistic conversations with yourself and you're like, okay, it's time. It's time for a reset. It's time for me to get back on board. I'm going to do this again. And people who do this again and again, not only does it get easier, but you get better at it. It becomes more natural and you see improvement every time you do it. So you lose an extra 4 pounds or you never really gained, or maybe you gained 1 pound. Like I find that now I don't gain weight. Like I don't gain weight like I used to. I don't yo-yo like I used to because I know better. Like I might be like, okay, well, I'm eating that piece of cake or I'm going to have that thing at the funeral and I know I'm going to be sick as a dog, but I know I'm going to be sick as a dog. So I know that I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to go buy Joe Louis cakes because now they just disgust me. You know, just even going down that aisle of all the fake foods, I don't even go down those aisles anymore. You know, I shop the perimeter. Your inventory becomes more natural. You get used to seeing the same things in the refrigerator, making these new recipes. You know, somebody gives you a piece of cake or a chocolate chip muffin or something at their house and you're like, wow, that was really sweet. And then you go home and you make a thing of avocado brownies just on purpose because you're like, that was the nastiest thing I've ever tasted. I can't even believe that I feel that way. You know what I mean? I can't even believe that I don't love that piece of cake. And that's exactly how I feel now. Like when I eat literally a cupcake at a birthday party or something, I can't eat it. I can probably have a bite of it, but it really does. It's like, because it's so fake. Like you can taste the fakeness of it almost, I think.
Yeah,
it is.
we had a conversation about that on Monday morning, I think, about that protein incident over the weekend.
Yes,
I
you did
took, I
try.
took
That's right.
Yeah, I took a few bites with my husband's suggestion. Oh, let's cheat today and do a poutine, Quebec with fries and gravy and the cheese. Took a couple bites and went, I'm not enjoying this as I used to. No, it's not. No, I'm gonna
What has
take
she
what I
done to us?
I know. And I was a cheeseaholic. That's crazy. Toot, toot, toot. So I was pleasantly surprised, and I thought, hey, it's not fulfilling. I don't want it. I actually have some willpower, which surprised me, and picked chicken quesadilla for the rest of my meal with some veggies and a nice salad, and I was all set. It felt good. It felt healthy. It tastes better also. I don't know, something light bulb moment.
Yeah.
It happened. Yeah.
Yep.
But it's also fun to see
The improvement, yeah.
the improvement that you didn't realize that happened anyways. And you're going, oh, look at that. I did change.
Yes.
I didn't realize it, but
Oh,
it worked.
absolutely. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Yes. And these changes don't happen. Like they don't happen overnight. Like and I hope if anything that anybody has gotten out of this course is that, you know, you always hear that cliche, oh, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. But it's life. It's not even a lifestyle. It's just life. Like, and learning what is healthy and what is not. And being, I guess, worthy enough.
Absolutely.
We were talking about that too. Loving yourself enough to make the better choices.
Yeah.
Because we all know those people who are on a mission to die. They're on a mission to be miserable. They're on a mission. They might not know why or how, it might not be, they might be stuck in a place they have no idea how to get out of, but they're on a mission. They wouldn't be able to see even if you were standing there with your lights and ready to catch them, they would just jump over you. Like they probably wouldn't even see you. And so that's hard to deal with. But when you are worthy enough, you want to do the reset. You're like, you know what? I know how to do this. I gave myself some freedom. You know what I mean? I had some food freedom. It was Christmas. I did my thing. It tasted good, but it tasted like shit at the same time. But you know what? I enjoyed it. And now, January is coming, and I know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna have salad on Sunday, and we're, it just comes easier after time. It becomes more routine. It becomes a part of your life. Like Beth and I don't eat any canned food anymore. Huh, Beth? Like that's the perfect example that I could use. Like using like cream of mushroom soup or cream of chicken soup, or you know what I mean? Like
and recipes and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like that's the perfect example. Like just stuff like that. Where
I used to make like Chef Boyardee and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, so just automatically stop buying certain things. Like you just never they never make it back into your house. And that's awesome. You know what I mean? So you're already 10 steps ahead. And then you do another reset, and then you're like, wow, I lost another 10 pounds. And you're like, I didn't even know I could lose another 10. Or, and I feel even more better. And then when you do reintroduce in food freedom again, you become even more aware of how you feel when you eat something. You know what I mean? It gets your body, it's like your body is talking to you.
The whole thing too, like I've been really like every time I think it's the whole connection between everything, like your spirit, your body, your mind, like the whole piece of it. Because I found myself with my goals, like writing down more, like, I don't know, I want to love more, you know what I mean?
More spiritual.
The whole thing, like, but bringing it all together,
connected.
Food, your movement, your spirit, like the whole thing.
This is so true. Food is forever. That's my other thing that I always say. Food is forever. You have to learn how to love it, and you have to learn how to let it love you. You can't eat shit and expect it to love you. You can't eat shit and expect yourself to love yourself. That's not loving yourself. You know what I mean? Loving yourself is giving yourself the best of everything, from food to spiritual connection, to love, to loving others, to having good relationships, having good self-care, having good self-talk, all those things. I'll start with Francine. Francine, so what made you decide that it was time to take action and do this challenge?
I think it was the need for feeling better about myself, because I've gotten to a point where I love myself, but I didn't enjoy like carrying this weight around and carrying this pain around and this is not me.
Right.
I don't have to be my mother on that side, because my mother was a very big woman, and I remember as a child being ashamed that my mother was that big. So I don't want to be that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get the energy, like the good feeling, and not be ashamed. And that's not the right word. Knowing what is good for me.
Okay.
Which I've been jumping. I was reading in my diary. I was 16, 17, 18 years old, and I was on a diet with my friends.
Wow.
I mean, and I've been doing that all my life. I just said all my life I've done that. And at a certain point in my life, I was gifted with this song that came in from within, without, up there. And the title of that song was All of My Life. It was in French. All of my life, I've searched for someone to love. And that, I thought about it when you mentioned that, and then comes
It's you.
back now.
You.
And but it and it goes on as but it's what from within that love must begin. Well,
So
thank you very much.
do you feel that after having joined this challenge, have you reached your goal in finding that more
In
through
finding that
this
more,
process?
yes, and you know what I probably am most excited about? I can turn my back on Vachon cake.
Oh,
I
wow.
have the power to turn around. And I have decided I should have been on a gluten-free diet for years. But I looked at the price and it's like, Well, now I know I'm worth that.
Yes.
I just made just a while ago some almond cookies. Oh my goodness. They're like macaroons. They are so good.
They really are.
And I was thinking, my grandchildren will love those cookies. But I
Yes.
better not tell them that I was on a diet.
No,
when
that is
That's
that
I'm
word.
not,
It's not even in your dictionary. Not even in your vocabulary.
no. It's and the changes that can happen.
That's a 4-letter word.
Yeah. And love is also a 4-letter word. Change it, but
That's awesome. So
yes,
you're
I'm
feeling
really
better
happy
now?
that I did.
Are you feeling better now? Do you find that this has been a marked improvement for you health-wise? Do you feel better? Have you noticed a change in your physical
Well,
strength, body?
I did feel a change in my weight,
Yes.
but I wasn't weighing myself. But then I decided, because I totally remembered how much I weighed.
Yeah.
Because I've weighed 160 pounds for about 2 years. No, more than that, maybe 3-4 years. And it would not move.
Oh, I heard,
Not
would not.
at all.
Would not.
Would
Okay.
not.
All right.
I had been stuck at 140 about 6 years ago, and then I was stuck at 160.
And
The last time I looked, I would say I'm close to 150.
so you've
Wow.
Which is
lost like 15 pounds.
well, not really. I was 160.
Oh, 60. Like,
Well, no, you might be close, because I went up to 163.
oh, there you go.
Then from in the past like month, like maybe 6 months, I went from 163 to 160-ish.
And I know that it took work, it took effort, but after learning and doing, was it really, it wasn't difficult, right? It was just living.
Yes, and the food is just so good.
Good.
I get that, that is that effort, good.
Good.
And being creative with food and loving it.
Awesome.
I'm really happy I did it.
Awesome. Awesome.
I want to thank you very much for being patient with
Thank
me.
you. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm so glad that I can help. It's like the best thing ever, ever, ever. So what kind of advice would you give to someone who might be considering nutritional therapy and thinks like, oh, well, it's not going to help me, or like, why should I try that? It's no different than anything else I've tried. Like,
I would encourage them, but now how would I do it? It probably depends on the person.
yeah,
But I would certainly tell them that it's a day at a time and a step at a time and a discovery.
a discovery.
Discovering how, like a challenge. It's like a journey. So
Yes.
what are we having? Like almost like you go away on a 3-month trip, a trip for 3 months. You're gonna stop at here. You're gonna visit that. You're gonna do that. You're gonna eat at that restaurant. You're gonna do this. It is a journey.
It is a
And
journey.
that's how I see it, and that's how I would present it and encourage people to, of course,